What strategies do you to keep the spark alive in long-term relationships? Long relationship, singular.
What strategies do you use? You know, I've never felt like, things are winding down and we need to ramp things up. I don't feel like our energy towards each other has changed much in our relationship. I think the first couple months of relationship, things are absolutely insane and you're fucking like bunnies. And like,
yeah, of course.
The first weekend we spent together, we couldn't walk because we had just destroyed ourselves.
Because we're young, sexy kids, and that's what happens with young sexy
kids.
bodies.
I feel like maybe we could also do it a little bit differently 4 years ago.
That's true.
So I guess it's changed from that. But I definitely don't feel like there's been any moments where I'm like, oh man, we need to kind of reinvigorate things.
There's still tons of flirting.
However, yeah, that's what I was going to say. We still treat it like it's a new, fresh thing all the time. There's tons of flirting. I'm fucking chasing you around the gym, trying to get we do regular date nights. We treat our evening times as sacred. Phones go away. It's just hangout times for us. We try to be aware of how many trips we've taken, like with other people, and when we're due for a trip, just the two of us.
Yeah.
That is really, really big and important. Just getting that quality time to spend together. I don't think that spark has gone anywhere at all.
No, it's still super flirty, and I love the idea that we've been talking about recently for the date night.
Oh yeah, share that because I don't think we shared that.
So here's our plan for it. The idea is not totally original, but here we go. So we're going to set up a date one night, get a reservation, and we are going to arrive separately, which is silly to begin with, but we'll manage. We'll arrive separately. Yeah. Arrive separately. And the idea of the date for the role playing that you're doing is you're introducing each other as you see yourselves now. So as if this was a first date in who you are in your life at this moment, not who you were when you met. How would you introduce yourself? And I think it's interesting to hear how you would introduce yourself to me at that point compared to what I think of you. Because I'm really curious to see where you really think of yourself now.
Yeah.
And then the idea
very
of like,
different than 5 years ago.
Would I go home with you?
Yeah.
Probably. There's a super good chance. I don't know if you know it.
Probably. Yeah, and when we were talking about this and kind of just playing with the idea and laughing at it, I definitely got butterflies in my stomach. So I was like, oh, okay, there's something here. I'm very turned on by that idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard, though.
How touchy are you going to let me get on this first date? Are you going to try to hold some type of weird standard with me? Because we're going to the same place.
You should probably be pretty appropriate to start out with. It's a first date.
You mean like during drinks?
What do you mean during drinks?
Before the appetizer.
Yeah.
Like it ramps up through the day.
Probably all of that.
Oh, I need to treat you like a real first date all the way through. Are we leaving separate too?
No.
This has now become financially irresponsible.
We'll have a conversation at the end.
We'll have to walk
We'll
somewhere.
be like, so
what's up? Do you want to come back to the house and maybe watch Rick and Morty and smoke weed with me? Yeah, you do? Sick. Yeah. Let's go try that out.
Yeah. Or we just don't even make it home.
I mean, what I realistically think happened is we'll get through a lot of it, and then it'll be fun to discuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited about it as a whole.
I definitely have a little anxiety pop up about it.
Like, yeah, same.
Just like anxiety that you'd have for a first date.
Fuck
which
yeah,
is
like
so silly and
what if
awesome.
what if you're not impressed?
Yeah.
Shit.
You know.
5 years of sneaking all my spells on her.
I like this idea a lot. And if you are someone that has done it or does it before we get a chance to, please report back.
Yeah, let us know.
Because I would love to hear how that went for you. What's next?
That one's not good. Oh, what role does trust play in your sexual relationship, and how do you build and maintain that trust?
Oh, I've definitely touched on this a lot already. It's the biggest part of it.
So I guess maybe it's because I'm a creep, right? But I read that question in regards to like
physical, more like
getting rough.
I understand that I'm going to be tied up, but I know
Yeah.
I will be let go.
Yeah. Type of thing like
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Like how do you explore the idea of...
That's not how I read that question.
I don't know. It's more fun to read that way. We've done it the other way.
For sure. How do you build and maintain that trust? By building up to it, by understanding that things have been fine in the past. If you want to have some type of safe word, or a tap out, like that is always respected, right? Because the second it's not, that's when things get weird.
Yeah.
Or would get weird.
Well, but then that's where... So the point of any of that play, right? Like is you being in control to push yourself. You know you can hit the detonate button. Right? And so, like, that's where it comes in. You're still really in control of whatever this thing you're allowing to happen. You basically hit the start button. And it will continue until you decide to hit the stop button. Right? But, you know, that's the only way that works is trust.
Yeah. Come on. What kind of lady doesn't want that? Just be fully
I think most dudes want that.
Powerless,
Well, basically
masculine man, completely in control. Whew.
Does that do it? That help?
Yeah.
You know that's really complicated, right?
I'm aware. I'm so aware of how complicated that is and how that's a very fine line for y'all to walk. So bless your hearts.
It's not really a fucking fine line to walk. People manage their entire goddamn lives plenty.
Sure. But I feel like that
without
can be
blurring the vision.
No, but I feel like that can kind of be complicated and confusing for the male if we're just going off of a very traditional partnership like ours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I consider myself to be pretty independent, strong female, but in the bedroom I just want to be fucking annihilated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe even confusing and blurry for me as to how I look at myself and how I look at my sense of self and my ideas or my ideas around my needs and my wants and all these things. But I'm very much past the point of caring and also trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because
it is absolutely all falling into the category of, does this feel good?
Yeah.
Let's explore.
And you can be all these things. Like all these things can simultaneously coexist. And I think that is just me 100% trusting you and feeling safe in your wonderful masculine presence. And that allows me to be completely, I don't know if submissive is the right word, but completely free.
Yeah.
To be whatever that role requires, right?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think most dudes are into that too. I mean, like what we see, right, is that like high level executives and people like that end up doing more dom type shit, right? Because they're in so much control and making so many decisions in their life.
Wanting to be subs.
They just want to hand the keys over.
Yes, right. Yeah, I will gladly hand the keys over to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that allows me to be in my full fuck. It's
sure.
Everything.
Yep. I get it. I'm here for it.
Have you ever experienced, we kind of talked about this one too. Have you ever experienced mismatched libidos in your relationship? How do you address it?
Yeah.
For sure. Everyone does.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm a 40-year-old dude, man. Mine comes and goes. It's there most of the time.
Yeah. But
I guess I would look at libido as not necessarily sex drive, but say, ability to maintain an erection, all those type of things, right? Like all the things that come with sex. Because I don't think I'm ever not interested.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
that's fair.
But whether or not I'm really fucking interested.
Well, you've also got so much going on right now with your hip and your body and like even just finding comfortable positions to sleep, let alone fuck. Like it's definitely, it's gotten a little bit more complicated.
That's all I really want to fix this hip for.
It's fair to say. Yeah. So we're both looking forward to that being fixed. But yeah, I think expecting your partner's libido to always match yours is just a losing battle because then there's that word again, expectations, assuming something about your partner. You have no idea. Does she have cramps? Does she have a headache? Is she stressed about her day? Like, there's so many factors that are going to go into whether you are in the mood or not.
Changes you've made since we've been together, right? Like coming off of birth control. Like we don't know what that was going to be.
Right. Yeah. No, that was very anxiety inducing. I was very worried about coming off because I know how it felt getting on birth control to start when I was 18. And that was a whole mess in itself. Which is probably a sign I shouldn't have done it, but here we are. So yeah, how do you address it? Well, you communicate.
That's it.
Back to that. It's always back to that. And then, I already touched on 2 of the 4 agreements, choosing to follow the 4 agreements in the bedroom, like not making assumptions, not taking it personally. Boom, follow those and you're going to be fine.
Always do your best too. Offer a handy.
Always do your best. Be impeccable.
You know what I mean?
Word.
Just give a handy sometimes if your partner needs it. Say, what about a low 5? Can I give you a low 5 tonight? And we'll just go
OTP?
on with,
OTP HJ?
No big deal.
With these
Let me just get you started.
With these Paul Bunyan hands?
It's the best. I love those deadlift hands.
Sandpaper hands.
Oh, shit. How do you navigate societal expectations and norms around sex and relationships in your own unique way? We don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, I don't know why you let anything like that affect your own relationship
it
in your
only
own
matters
bedroom in your own
between you
house.
and this other human. That's it. That's the only person that has to be into whatever's going on. Who gives a fuck what anyone else thinks? Is it hurting someone? If it's not hurting anyone, who gives a shit?
And are you like telling your friends like what's going on in the bedroom and they're being like weird about it?
I don't know. Find fucking cooler friends.
That's what I was going to say. Find better people to hang out
Fucking
with.
a bunch of bummers. There's never been a
Find more
group that I've hung
accepting
out with and like the more prude people in the group are the ones I want to spend more time with. I'm not like, I like the way they're tight-lipped about stuff. I'm gonna hang out with them.
There's nothing weirder than having a conversation. I can think of one instance in particular of like I'm sharing about our relationship and some more personal, intimate details and like trying to bond with this other woman, and it's just met with silence. It was the fucking weirdest thing. And I wasn't even sharing anything strange.
No.
I wasn't even like Met likes it when I dive up his butt. Like it was just basic stuff. And it was just met with silence. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is
good talk.
This is how you make friends. Got it.
The way this works, right?
I share
I share a
something.
thing and then you share a thing. And now we are bonded.
And now
'cause
we
know
are
each other's
bonded.
secrets.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But find new friends.
How do you balance individual needs and desires with the needs of the relationship as a whole?
Oh, you skipped a question, but I like that one.
Oh, we'll go back.
How do you balance individual needs and desires with the needs of a relationship as a whole?
So, you've been talking a lot recently about like, there's not a balance. It's harmony. You want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so people, I think, get caught up in this idea of looking for balance, if that's work-life balance or whatever, or something to do with your relationship. That is implying that you're looking for those scales to be even, right? That's the definition of balance, when really that's just another expectation that you're setting on yourself and your life that might not be that realistic all the time. And so I feel like a better way of looking at that is striving to have harmony in your life and wherever these parts of your life are that you're looking for that. But that means that sometimes one is going to get a little bit more attention while the other one doesn't, and vice versa. And that's just how it goes. And there's seasons of your life to plant seeds, to hustle, to put things in place, to have a season of harvest in the future, right? And in that season, other things might be pushed aside for later. Like that's harmony. That harmony is knowing what's important in the moment and giving attention to that.
Yep.
Right.
And the way we look at it as well, right? Like one of the things I think we've handled very well is we both have our own wants and dreams and businesses. And so we're both focused on our thing and it's support when needed. You know, but I trust that if you haven't said something to me of like, hey, I need help with this, then we're good to go, and vice versa.
Yeah. And I think also it is important to know what your kind of non-negotiables for your own happiness are. Like I know that I like a little bit more quiet time and a little bit more alone time.
Well, I get a ton here.
Yeah. And I make sure that I still get that. Because at the end of the day, your happiness is your job, and my happiness is my job.
Right.
And you've done great so far without me, and same. So I know that I can't be the best person, partner, wife unless I'm taking care of myself first. And you completely get that and support that and feel the same way about your own life and your own happiness. So it's not a thing that has ever caused conflict or.
No, and even
like
any
that.
times like I've come home excited or still wound up,
Yeah.
like I can catch it better now and be like, oh,
Yeah.
got it. This isn't the time for me to download my day to you. And also, I'm not looking for anything from you when I'm saying it. I'm basically just recounting it at you.
You're just excited. You're just reporting your
Day and wins and everything
Yeah.
else and
Yep.
opportunities and anything else. And we can also have that discussion in 15 minutes.
And I feel like we also kind of do it through text throughout the day.
Yep.
Like if there's a win or something exciting or big or weird that we want to share, like it doesn't usually wait
No.
until evening.
No.
Right. What advice would you give to couples who want to explore their fantasies and fetishes
Fucking go all in.
together?
Go fucking all in.
Yeah.
Get weird. Get weird as you want to. Don't let someone else's idea of what's acceptable get in the way of it. Set the fucking rules. If this feels good, game on. I mean, I
That's it.
don't give a fuck, dude. You want to dress up in furries and fuck each other? I don't care.
No, I don't care.
I give it a go.
You're down with that?
I would sure try it and then be like, I'm sweating to death. This is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm dying. I had to be in one of those like sumo outfits with a fan.
What?
You know, like the costumes that are like the sumo blow up guys?
You've done that? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what I
Oh.
would have to use for fucking.
Oh, yeah. And then I don't really feel like I'm into that. So
Fucking a parachute? It's not.
just nylon
Yeah,
everywhere?
your idea. It's very adventure-y.
Yeah.
It's basically just like rolling around in the roof.
I was going to say, it feels like fucking in the tent. There's just way too much slippery nylon everywhere.
Slippery.
God damn it. I'm like
Oh,
trying
God.
to like.
I thought you were making a joke when we were in the UP and we were in the tent. And I saw you like kept putting your arm out to like brace yourself
Yeah.
and falling. But
Yeah.
it happened like 4 or 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
And I thought by the third time, like as we're still just humping, I'm like, that's a weird time for a joke to like do slapstick comedy. To like keep fucking trap falling.
No.
I'm like, oh shit,
like
she's
I'm
really
literally
sliding?
sliding across this slippery fucking tent and all of our nylon blankets and
Sleeping bag.
and then I was far away. I was like too far from the edge of the tent. Like there was nothing
No, there's nothing for friction.
for
in
me to
there.
brace or grab
Basically
onto.
banging in 0G.
Yeah.
1G. Gravity. The original G.
The original G. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say about that advice you give to explore their fantasy. Yeah, fuck yeah, just go for it. Go to the weird.
Do you have any I don't
Stores.
know about?
Besides the armpit thing that I want to try, you know about that one. Can you imagine the title of this podcast?
I don't know. It's been fun. I'm
Banged
enjoying
in
the
her-
hell out of
in
it.
her armpit.
This is way different than the conversations I've had all day.
I don't think there's anything you don't know about. And when something pops to mind, you hear about it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not like sitting on these ideas. I'm like, oh, what if we?
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an exhibitionist. So anything that's a bit more public or like has the has the chance of being public, has the chance of being caught. That's exciting for me.
Yeah, usually some nature type shit.
For sure.
Yeah, side of the road.
For sure.
You know.
What about you?
I think the only one I really like have that kind of comes and goes, right, is like the massage thing.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that. Like, I fucking have a full-on fantasy about the whole rub and tug massage. Mm-hmm. I don't know the reality of it, but it seems like a phenomenal fucking day.
Oh,
My body hurts anyway. So you're telling me, like, I could get like an 8 out of a 10 massage and a hand job? This seems great. Like, just from a maintenance point of view as a human. Mm-hmm. I don't see why anyone would be against that afternoon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe go get a sandwich after. I don't fucking really wrap the day up.
Yeah, it's a great day.
Yeah, that's really mine. But we also loosely role play it out.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. We can take it more seriously if you want to.
How long is a massage?
That
Can I
role play.
get like an hour? Can I get like an hour of like hard work or something like that?
Yeah.
Just beating
I
on
need
me
it.
with like the kabuki bars and like really working on me?
Just get a professional to come in, have them leave, but like not say anything.
Think
and then
about
I'll
it.
Take over.
Think about it like this. You get me on the table, right?
Yeah.
And it's your job to loosen this thing up so that it can fuck you.
So the massage part is just so much work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I get a professional.
Okay.
And
then you would come in and like, would you wrap your arms around them and then they tuck their hands back and they look up to the left or something like that?
Look away.
Like you put your arms through their hoodie.
It'd be such a nice afternoon for her. What the fuck?
I don't know where do you find that type of person?
I don't know. I mean,
They're out there.
you found those types of massage places.
That's
before.
true. I've been offered.
Yeah, you've been offered.
I've been offered. But them's the rules.
Well,
What?
yeah, we haven't had some type of discussion that
Right.
says
Totally not.
That says
Yeah.
go for that.
Yeah, like totally rad if you get jerked off.
There is like a part of me that's curious just to see like what that experience is like for you. Like, is it fucking awesome or is it like that was kind of weird?
Okay, so
'Cause
let's
that wasn't-
run the scenario then. I've done it. We've talked about it.
Yeah. You've been
I
given
don't know.
like yeah.
I don't
go
know
for it.
what's the weird day that you would give that permission.
Well, I don't think it's based on a day, but yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, in the future in our relationship, I'm like, yeah, whatever, go for it. Just go. That sounds nice to you and you just need that release. Go for it, sweetheart.
So, if at some point we're in that world where that's acceptable,
Yeah.
do you just assume anytime I'm going to get a massage, then I'm probably trying to get a hand job?
Maybe. We definitely would have a lot more to discuss about it. Because also, yeah, I don't know if I would feel better hearing like everything or hearing nothing. Probably everything, I think. Because if you didn't tell me anything, then I'd be like, well, what is he hiding? What is there a secret or something?
Right? Like that's why the
that's
complete
why
open communication about it.
right, like over communicating, I feel like is always the better option. Yeah, but I wonder like how you would feel.
I imagine relaxed.
Yeah,
I assume relaxed.
you don't think there would be any part that would pop up and be like, this is weird.
It's weird if I'm lying about it.
Of course, and I'm still saying.
I think that there'd
I'm
be
still
some
saying
part
you have
of
full
like
permission.
there's an amount of expectation and thought that's had about it of like what I think it would be. Mm-hmm. And also I've had a bad massage and been offered a hand job.
I know.
So like I have a pretty good idea of everything up until deciding to cross the finish line.
She's a professional at the second part.
Yeah, it seems that the massage part isn't where she spent her time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It could be like, oh, I'm fucking not into it.
I don't know.
Who knows?
This will probably be the first weird thing that we dive into in the future. So.
Well, yeah. There's parts of it that the part that I find weird, right? Like it's prostitution.
Yeah.
You can't put it in a different category than
Yeah.
that. Like we can say there's levels to it for some reason, right? But that's a weird gray area.
For sure.
And so,
weird
like, that
gray
part of
area.
it, I find like,
But I get the fantasy of it.
yeah.
And I get that being just the release that you would want at the end. Like, and
Yeah, if there was a
course,
machine
like,
that did it, I would go to that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Speaking
And
of,
then that would be acceptable.
we have that machine. We just haven't.
Yeah, we
played
haven't
with
really
more.
mastered it.
We have to. Yeah.
On that note, I need to take a minute.